The picture Auditor General Kimi Makwetu paints is dire. National and provincial audit outcomes show an overall decline for the 2017-2018 financial year. Where wrongdoing is found, leadership is slow to act, or there is a total disregard for recommendations made by the AG. We're told there's a lack of accountability and few consequences for those in the public service who are flouting the law.
There is a tendency, if no one is doing anything, then everybody thinks that it's acceptable to behave in a certain manner.
Former ANC MP Dr. Makosi Khoza is now at the organization Undoing Tax Abuse, OUTA. I asked her to break down the various kinds of expenditure you should be worried about.
You are spending money that you have not been given permission to spend. You've literally wasted the money. It's as easy as that. It's fruitless because there is nothing we are deriving. There is no value. They will then spend the money without having the authority, and again they will be spending the money irregularly because it was supposed to have gone through a tender process, but it has not gone through a tender process.
To make matters worse, no one seems to be willing to shoulder the blame.
It's the anger and the frustration that nothing's been done about it. That no one's paid back the money, no one's been prosecuted, and it seems to be continuing.
How about this for a statistic? Less than a quarter of all national government entities audited received a clean bill of health. On a provincial level, the Western Cape and Gauteng have been singled out for producing the best audit results. Describing the financial outlook for many SOEs as bleak, Makwetu has said at least there's increased oversight at a parliamentary level. But most previous recommendations by MPs to SOEs have been ignored.
They are not interested in that. And all they're interested in is money. So I am saying to you that without the slightest doubt, South Africa has more than enough resources.
Eskom and Transnet account for close to 30 billion rand in irregular expenditure alone. Due to incomplete financials, audits of other SOEs, including South African Airways and Denel, could not even be completed.
The things we're talking about at Eskom are things that you find here that have been happening without any action being taken, whether in terms of internal disciplinary action or in terms of a criminal liability being proffered against people. So we must just stop those who are looting this entity.
You wonder who is clean? Who is clean? Because it looks like everyone has their hands in the kitty. In other words, we have literally become a predator state.
We're all feeling the pain for the money that's gone. You know, it got lost because individuals took it.
As the AG points out, those in leadership have been slow to act against their own. Chris Schoen agrees.
You seldom see that anybody's actually disciplined. You seldom hear of anybody actually paying back the money. And you hear that the prosecution is going to take place, but you've never seen a prosecution.
Take the 51 billion in irregular expenditure and add in the almost 30 billion rand from Eskom and Transnet. Let's look hypothetically at what we can buy with 80 billion rand. The Gauteng Education MEC says that a tablet costs about 2,000 rand each. The Basic Education Department says that there's about 3.5 million learners from grade 8 to grade 12 matric in public schools in the country on average every year. If we take that 80 billion rand, divided by the 2,000 rand per tablet, divided by the 3.5 million pupils, that means that we can buy one tablet for every single high school pupil in a public school for the next 11 years. What else could we potentially buy with 80 billion rand? Well, the Basic Education Department says that there are 24,700 public schools, both primary and high schools in the country. The cost of a toilet is anywhere between 15 to 30,000 rand, but that excludes labor. But let's take this extreme example of a tender in Beaufort West for a toilet 100,000 rand, that includes labor. We take the 80 billion rand, we divide it by 100,000 rand per toilet, divided by 24,700 schools, and you can build 32 brand new flush toilets at every single public school in the country.
Key is the employment of qualified, competent, and incorruptible officials.
The recent VBS Great Bank heist report shows that 3.4 billion rand in municipal deposits flowed illegally to the bank over a period of 3 years. 1.2 billion rand from municipalities were in VBS's coffers when the institution collapsed. It may explain why local government is in disarray.
This year, 113 municipalities adopted unfunded budgets, up from 83 in the previous year. Municipalities owe more than 23 billion rand to service providers, mainly to Eskom and water service agencies. In many cases, like in Mudimule Mukhopo municipality, the financial challenges faced by municipalities are a reflection of weakness in government or even fraud and outright corruption.
It seems to go from the bottom to the top. So nobody's stepping in to say what should be done, what shouldn't be done, because everybody seems to be implicated to some extent and somewhere in the process.
Those who are engaged in criminal looting must go to jail.
No liberated and enlightened society that is in pursuit of a prosperous agenda would harm its people to the extent in which we are in South Africa.
President Ramaphosa recently signed the Public Audit Amendment Bill into law. It gives the Auditor General's bark a little bit more bite by holding government officials personally liable for misappropriated funds. And remember, it's your money. Michael Apple, Johannesburg.